Hey, what's up everybody? This is Sage Lewis, the web marketing video guy. So I have been talking about taking control of your life and understanding that you are likely living within false constructs, false realities, false rules that are dictating the way you are living and perhaps dictating a life that you don't much care for. So this video is about taking the first steps to getting out of that construct, getting out of this false reality of having to go to a 9-to-5 job, having to live a life that you maybe don't want to live. I believe that people live lives of quiet desperation. They live lives that they don't like, primarily because they don't know what life they want to live. I think, and maybe, they're afraid to admit the life that they want to live. And they really think that they can't live that life. Because, first of all, they're not going to tell anybody that that's the life they want to live. And second of all, the reason they're not going to tell anybody that is because that life isn't possible. Oh crap, that life isn't possible. Of course it's possible. Anything is possible. You are given vast opportunity to do anything. Okay, let's start talking about how do you figure out what you want. You might say, Sage, I don't know what I want. Well, if you don't know, one of the best ways to start figuring it out is writing down what you don't want, okay? Go make a list of the things that you hate in life, the things you hate about your current job, the things you hate about your current existence, and don't be afraid of listing anything. If you hate doing the dishes, write, I hate doing the dishes. I hate taking out the trash. I hate cleaning up the dog poop. I hate doing the laundry. I hate all that. I want to be at the park with my kid. I want to go on walks. I want to watch more movies. I want to work on my hobby. That's how that will evolve. Because what happens a lot of times is people say, oh, I got all these things I got to do that I don't like. I don't have time for these other things. But start that way. And then start trying. What you can do is if you write a list of things that you don't like, then next to those write the exact opposite. So, say for example, you say at work, I don't like negative people. Okay? I don't like being around people that are negative. So, then next to that, you would say, I like being around positive people. I don't like working on reports. I don't like the monotony of reports. So you might then say, I want a job that has flexibility and creativity and allows me to be to use my mind and add things and contribute to things, not just crunching numbers. So that can help you get to starting to develop an idea of things that you do like. Because if you just write down the opposite of what write down what you don't like, and then the opposite is what you do like, and then that will help you. The other thing that I want you to consider is to not be afraid to write down what you really want. So I have a friend who I think would like to just read all day. He would like to just read and read the news, read philosophy, but he doesn't think he can do it. And so it'll never happen. But it doesn't take a big leap to think how that could happen. Like, he could be a professor. He could, he could get his doctorate. He could teach. He could maybe write book reviews. He could, I don't know. Maybe he could become a librarian. I don't know if they get to read a lot. Maybe they do. I don't know. Do people at Barnes & Noble get to read a lot? I'm not sure. But the first thing to do is to write that down. And then the next thing I hear some people say is, the things I really like are stupid. I can't really do those things. So I heard somebody say once after vacation, I said, how was vacation? And she's like, oh, it was awesome. I mostly slept and shop for shoes. And I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. She's like, yeah, I could do that every day. And I thought, well, I didn't bring it up, but I thought, well, what if you made that a goal? What if you made that your goal? That I want to sleep in, I want to sleep all the time that I want, I'm at 18 hours a day, and then the other hours I get up and I go shoe shopping. You might think, well, that's a selfish, superficial way of living. And I don't know, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't think that there is any need to put, I think actually this is the problem. People start putting morality and mores and judgment on their desires. Like, oh, I can't live that life where I just shop for shoes and sleep all day, because that's a terrible existence. Terrible existence. Like what? Like anybody is living a better existence. Like putting cars together, shuffling paper at banks, putting mortgages together. Are you telling me that's some great existence? Please. I don't buy it. But I'll tell you something else. What if she did that? What if she set up her life where she slept in every day and went shoe shopping? I bet you she'd want to do something else eventually. She might be like, you know what? I'm going to add clothes shopping to that list. And then she'd do that. And then she'd say, you know what? I'm going to add art. I'm going to look into, buying art. And what happens is people, they don't get their base desires met, and so they can't ever evolve. They can't ever evolve into the person they could potentially be, because they feel that their base desires are so stupid and unrealistic that they never happen, and so then they just grind out their existence. So this woman that maybe wants to sleep in and buy shoes all day, she could end up, becoming an artist or becoming a designer. She could start designing shoes. Who knows? I don't even know. But because she doesn't let herself do that first step, she'll never get to the next step. And she doesn't allow herself to do the first step because maybe it seems financially impossible, it seems like a ridiculous dream, all of those things. You have to clear that away. You have to clear away the judgment. Get rid of the judgment, the shoulds and the musts and that kind of thing. That's what clouds your life. That's what messes you up. When you start putting can'ts and shoulds and musts on things, and then what's worse is when your family and friends start doing that to you, then it clouds it all up. You have to live the life you most dream about, because you don't know where that is going to go. If you don't do that first, if you don't take those first steps, you'll never understand the full potential of your life. All right? So consider it. I'm not saying you have to do it right now today. All I'm asking you to do is write it down. Get a pen and paper, write that down. What you don't like, the converse of the opposite of that, and then just crazy dreams. I want to drink every day. Write it down if you say that. Write it down. I want to drink beer every single day. I want to go to movies every single day. Write it down. And then think about it, just play it out. Say, well, how would that work out? How would I do that? And see what happens. All right, everybody, I'm Sage Lewis, the Web Marketing Video Guy, and happy marketing.